Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a little different. As some of you might know, I am studying for my real estate exam. I posted a few shorts on my YouTube channel and I was studying for it. And today on this video, I want to talk about a little bit more on the requirements that you need for your real estate exam while I study for it. I also gonna show you guys what the study guide looks like. I wrote a few notes so that way I don't forget a couple stuff. So like the first step would be you have to be 18 years old. In Massachusetts, you're required to take a class, a 40-hour class. It's like a course. The one I take was pretty easy. I got it done in like 2 weeks just because I work a 9 to 5 and I had to do it like after work. But other than that, it's pretty easy. They have online, so like you could do it by yourself, a few classes, and some of them are live. So you are required to take a few live classes and online classes. So you gotta be 18 years old. You have to take a 40-hour course. Of course, if you don't work, you get it done within like almost a week. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can get it done within a week if you don't work. After that, after you do the 40-hour course, they are going to give you a study guide. I'm gonna show you guys. So this is my Massachusetts study guide. And this is the national. So the national is pretty long, as you can see. It's not easy. Real estate is a lot of information. It's not the type of that you can just memorize it. I have my real estate exam next Saturday, and I don't think I'm prepared for it. Just because I work and most of the days I don't have time to study. So what I've been doing, I've been taking the practical exams and practice questions. I also have been studying the vocab, which this is only the states. I've been focused on the states, so this is only the states. I focus more on the state just because the national is a lot of information. I found it easier to focus on one and then pass it and pass the other one. So in Massachusetts, if you pass the state on first try or whatever try you're on, like as soon as you pass it, you don't gotta take it again just because you didn't pass the national. So I think at first, when I started studying, I was studying for both, for the national and for the states at the same time. But then I found out that while I was taking the practice exam, I was getting the laws confused because they're a little different. And I was like, okay, forget about the national. I'm gonna study for the state first, pass the state, and then I'll go back and do the national. That's what I'm gonna do. I find it easier for me just because I was getting the laws mixed up. It's a lot of information, but I think anybody can do it, to be honest. One thing that I forgot to mention is that in order for you to take the exam, if I'm looking down, it's because I'm looking at my notes. That way I don't miss anything. I forgot to mention that you either have to have a social security number or a tax ID number. If you don't have that, they won't allow you to take it. Just because they do a background check, and for that they need your social or your tax ID. This course, after completing the course, you have 2 years. So your certification of your course is valid for 2 years. If you don't take your exam or you don't pass it within those 2 years, you're gonna have to retake it, everything over again, at least in Massachusetts. I'm speaking for the state of Mass. Oh, I didn't tell you. How long is the test? So the national is 80 questions. Is 80 points. And is about 150 minutes for the national. And the state is 40 questions and it's 40 points. And it's about 90 minutes. It's all multiple choices, so you don't have to worry about like knowing how to write or anything like that. You're gonna have to be doing multiple choices. And at least here is 4 hours to take the exam in maths. The exam, you can take it online or you can take it in person. I am taking mine in person because I find it easier. There's so much requirements if you take it online. Like if you make a little bit of noise or if your neighbor is cutting like the grass and they hear it, it's a distraction and they can fail you. So they can end your exam just because there's a noise. So I was like, oh, I'm not gonna risk it. So I'd rather go in person. So in Massachusetts, you have to have 3 references for when you send out the application for them to approve it. Because you have to be approved by the states first in order to be able to schedule your exam. And on that application, you're gonna have to fill out your name, your social, you have to send a picture of you. And then I did mine by email, and the class that I took, the person that was teaching us, they told us that it takes about 2 to 4 weeks. I got approved on the same week, like not even 4 days after I submitted my application. So I'm guessing there's people that take longer, that's why they say that, but they approved mine right away. Yeah, so I said it's about 4 to 5 weeks that they usually take. I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like. So the exam, the state study guide is not bad. It's not too long. So like the national, the state is not too long just because they focus more on like state laws, state regulations. So it's nothing too crazy. The national, they talk about like the principles, contracts, property ownership, and finances. But as you can see, it's a lot of information, and this is only half. But if you pay attention to the classes, you should be fine. When you go to study, my problem is that when I was doing online classes, I used to put just classes on just to do the hours, and then I would go back and check the information. I feel like that was a mistake that I made, that I should have studied and actually paid attention to the class, because I thought it was going to be easy, and it's not. But I'll show you what the state guide looks like. Oh, and there's math questions, so be prepared for that. I'm gonna show you guys. So this is the state. As you can see, this is the math questions. I had to read it over and over. It's a lot of notes, as you can see, but nothing compared to the state. Look at that. I didn't even go all the way through it, just because, like I said, I was getting all messed up with the laws, so I did only half of the national. And then they do have practice questions at the end as well. These are my flashcards, only for the state. Yep, only for the state that I did. Well, I did for the national, but I am not studying those. Let me show you guys. As you can see, let me focus it. I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but when you're doing the classes, this is gonna keep on going until you reach 100. That's your required time, and then you can download your certificate. And I also purchased a few different courses. You're not required to, I just did it because it was a bundle. And so this is like the on-demand classes that you can take, and then they have live streams, and then you have the schedule that you can take it. And when there's live streams, you can ask questions and everything. If you have, even if you completed the 40 hours, you can come back to it. And like, if you're afraid that you have a question, you can always go into here before your test and go into one of the live classes and ask them questions. But they do have a certain days that is like 30 minutes just to ask questions if you have. But I think if you study, and this is like the PowerPoints that the slides that they do on each class, and you can download it and print it and study off of them. I found it easier if you print it, because you can write it and everything on it. But yeah, guys, that's about it. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. Where's my notes? Oh, it's on the floor. So I don't think I'm forgetting anything, but let me check. Yeah, like I said, it's not about memorizing. You have to understand the material. But that's about it. If you guys have any questions, or if you guys have any tips to study, drop it down in the comments so other people can check it and help each other. Okay guys, thank you for watching. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Bye now.